Hey folks, welcome back to Ed's Garage at Merton Hyundai. So, as part of my how-to series, today we're going to show you how to check your oil. Just something that is very, very important, obviously, with any gasoline vehicle, any hybrid vehicle, anything that runs on fuel, whether it's gas, diesel, kerosene. You want to check your oil and make sure that it is looking good and that it's at the right fluid level as well. So guys, I recently started this how-to series, so if there's anything that you want to know how to do, by all means leave a message down in the comments and let me know and I'll try to help you out. All right, so first thing, we are going to need one small thing in order to check the oil, and that is either a rag or a paper towel. You want to grab something, paper towel, tissue, or rag, easily enough. So then the next step basically is to pop the hood. Now on your vehicle, on pretty much every vehicle, there's going to be a hood latch on the bottom left, usually, of the dashboard. So on this one here, it's right here. It's not really on the dashboard, it's on the kick panel to the left of your left foot. So we're going to pop the hood there and open up the hood. Now that's going to depend on what type of vehicle you're looking at. This one's quite easy. It's just pushed to the left and the hood raises up, and we've got struts that hold the hood up. A lot of hoods, of course, don't have struts, and you got a little peg that you got to lift up and put into the hood to keep the hood up. So the next step is to basically find the oil dipstick. Now on this vehicle, it's right here. The oil dipstick is usually going to be yellow. Pretty much anything in the last like 20 years is going to be yellow. If you see a red one, that would be for transmission fluid. All right, so we're going to pull out the dipstick. All right, we're going to use the rag to basically clean off the oil on the dipstick. And then we're going to actually put the dipstick back in. We're going to count to 3. 1, 2, 3. And then pull it out and look at it. And you want to do this after the vehicle has been shut off for at least 5 minutes. Now, having a look at the dipstick, you'll notice that there's two marks. There's one right here and one right here. Every dipstick is a little bit different. Sometimes they'll have a little pattern in them, and sometimes they'll have little cutouts. But basically, we've got a full and a low. So you want to make sure that the oil, you can see the oil on there, is somewhere in between those two spots. Now, if you can't see the oil, if the dipstick's kind of dirty and the oil is kind of dirty and black, what you can do is actually just take your tissue, and this actually works really well with a tissue, just kind of rub the tissue down the dipstick until you notice it show up on the tissue. There we go, it's on the tissue and we know it's in the right spot. All right, and then we've checked the oil. That's pretty much all there is to it. So what we're looking for is low, obviously, or high. If it's high, then it's been changed incorrectly. The other possibility is that the engine was just running. That's why it's important to make sure that the engine's been off for at least 5 minutes so that that oil can actually settle down and basically not be all over the dipstick. Now, or all over the tube that the dipstick goes into. Now, if the oil is really, really dark, if it's not translucent at all, you're definitely due or overdue for an oil change. So get it checked out or do an oil change. Now, the last thing to note about that oil on the dipstick, if there's no oil at all on the dipstick, if it's non-existent or if it's just on the very, very bottom, that could mean that you're only down about 1 or 2 liters. It doesn't mean you're down the full amount. If the dipstick has no oil on it, doesn't mean that there's no oil in the engine. The dipstick usually only represents the last liter or 2 of oil. So try adding a liter, doing another check to see where you're at, and if it shows up on the dipstick, great. And then start to add by half a liter increments just to make sure you don't overfill it. If you overfill it, it can actually cause problems as well. So do that in that order and you'll be fine. All right, guys, I hope that helped you out a little bit. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for future videos. If you like this video, don't forget to hit like and subscribe and hit the bell icon to be notified of future videos. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.